welcome you and all to another episode of the Global Latin Factor podcast where we talk about Latino everything. I'm your host, Crispin Valentin. Make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. Why? You have nothing to lose and so much to gain, so much empowerment. Like this amazing story about Courtney Jordan, the bright mentality. Not only is she accomplished and created awareness to mental illness, but she's also been a CEO of the Year and MBA and so much more. And now to the episode.
Hola. Hola, Courtney. How you doing today?
Hola. Good to see you.
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I know here in the Dallas DFW area, traffic's hectic, but thank you so much for being here and taking the time.
Thank you so much for having me on. I'm so excited for this.
You want to tell us how we got to meet each other already? So I got to meet this lovely lady at the Kava Bar Fort Worth.
Yes.
Shout out to the staff, Chris and everybody at the house. And, what was the first thing you told me? It was good to
It was good for you to see me.
I thought it was amazing. I'm like, so I stopped for a second. I'm like, did I hear that right? Like, oh, yeah. And I think I said, yeah, it is. It is very much so. All right. So once again, before we get started with everything, I'm going to start with a segment that I like to call Preguntas al Chile. Bree's going to go ahead and plug in the graphics. If you have not subscribed to the channel, now is the time. Why? You have all this amazing content of these amazing Latinos that are literally shaping our community and empowering our community right now. So make sure you subscribe right now. You have nothing to lose. Are you ready, Courtney?
I'm ready.
Tacos o tortas?
Tacos.
Corn tortilla or flour tortilla?
For taste, flour. For health, corn.
Gorditas or pupusas?
Gorditas.
Jarritos, what flavor? The jarrito drinks, have you ever had one?
Oh, yeah, I think strawberry.
Strawberry,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Baleada or sopa de caracol? Those are Honduran dishes.
Really?
Conch soup or baleada, which is one of the typical dishes.
Okay.
Don't worry. It's okay if you don't know. Because now we're going to know and we're going to enlighten later and know about that part. So I was testing you, by the way.
That was a good
Tamales hondureños or Mexican tamales?
Tamales.
The Mexican ones or the Honduran one?
Mexican tamales.
Have you ever had a Honduran tamal?
I have not. I need to go.
From my understanding, they're huge.
Are they?
Like a meal almost. So highly recommend it.
Okay.
Check it out. Agua de horchata, Jamaica, or tamarindo? Spa waters. Not really. I'm just kidding, guys. They're fresh waters. One of them is made out of hibiscus water. The other one is out of, it's like a rice. And tamarindo is kind of like a bean. So usually in a typical Mexican restaurant, you might see it or out and about. Have you ever had any of them?
I have not.
Okay, cool. We're going to put you on game. I'm going to put you on game.
Yes.
It's so good. Salsa verde, salsa roja.
Salsa verde, for sure.
Have you ever had churros or flan?
Churros. I've had flan too, but I like churros.
Yeah. Is it the consistency of the flan?
I don't mind the flan consistency. I just prefer a churro.
Are you into any hot sauce, Valentina, Tabasco, Cholula, any of that? Or do you even have your own preference in hot sauce?
Yeah, if there's hot sauce on the table, I'll eat it.
Yep, same here. Doesn't it amplify your food?
Oh, yeah.
People's like, you don't have no flavor. That's why you put salsa. No, it's not true. It just makes it 100 times better. I don't know if you're into dancing. However, when you finish celebrating an accomplishment, whether the CEO of the year, whether you be having a new journal or a new business, do you like to dance cumbia, salsa, merengue, or bachata?
I am actually not a dancer.
At all?
I grew up dancing. I took ballet, tap, jazz, hip-hop, break dancing. I did all of that.
Awesome.
And I do not dance anymore. I have people that are trying to get me to go take dancing lessons.
Is that because of your religious beliefs?
No,
or just not into it no more?
Not
as
at
much?
all. No, it has nothing to do with that. I just, it's not a passion of mine anymore.
A dancer is always going to be a dancer, though, especially having the little bit Latina. You got the rhythm.
I mean, I can move.
Look at that. Shoo. When you first hear the word Latino or Latina, what is the very first, or Latinx, what is the very first thing that comes to mind for you? Strong. Okay. Now, let's break down a little bit of your why you're Latina. And some people might not be surprised. Like, what? Courtney, Latina? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But people that might not know, What is your relationship to the Latino culture and you being Latina?
Yes, so on my mom's side, my family is Honduran.
Mm-hmm.
And I just found this out, pretty cool, but in 1747, my great-great-great-grandfather founded Winope, Honduras. And
Which is real close to the capital.
correct. It's about 40 minutes from Tegucigalpa.
Wow. Yeah. So, literally, down your ancestry, you're Latina, even though, again, not to call you out or put you on blast about certain dishes, but it's been so many generations, right, that it's kind of cool. How does it make you feel when when was it that you found out that you were Honduran or your lineage was from Honduras?
I've known my entire life.
Oh, wow.
Because my great-grandmother, when she would come to visit from Honduras, she'd stay with my grandparents, and I'm very close to my grandparents, and they helped raise my brother and I, helped my parents out a lot, and when she would come stay with them, I would learn Spanish at a very young age, and
awesome.
That's
pretty neat.
It was very special to have my great-grandmother.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Honduras? Have you ever want to travel to Honduras?
I do, and I have never been. I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to do a mission trip in Honduras.
Oh,
And
awesome.
I've talked about doing that, and one day I will do that.
Yeah, most certainly. Now that everybody knows that you're Latina, would you care if anybody calls you Latina? You'd be offended? How would you take that?
I would not be offended.
Awesome.
No.
Awesome. Let's break down a little bit of your, how was it that you say you growing up with the influence of your grandma and your grandparents whenever they came in? Did you kind of sort of see a difference in the house and the way they actually acted towards you as far as the way they were, their behavior, their demeanor, or how was it for you seeing them?
I loved growing up, going to their house and learning a lot of, my grandmother, when my grandfather was at work, she would teach us a lot of activities, and we'd work on math and arts. We did a lot of creativity projects and build Legos and that kind of thing, and I really I feel like I got a lot of my creativity from a young age over at their house, because we were always working on projects, and I did learn. I was thinking about this today. I was over there today, and I was walking around their property, and one of the trees was down. And I remember when I was younger, I was probably age 6 to 8, and I loved going over there and picking pears. And the pears would fall on the ground, and we'd pick them up, and we'd get 25 cents a pear.
Wow.
And it was a pretty good deal at that age, right? I mean, that's
25 cents a pear.
Yeah, sometimes it was 10, sometimes it was 25, but it was really great because it taught me at a young age work ethic, and you work and you get something in return.
So even as a young age, the entrepreneur, whether you wanted it or not, kind of sort of was like creeping up a little bit. That's pretty neat. Yeah. As far as her, I believe your grandma was the one that was also a writer, or was it?
My great-grandmother.
Great-grandmother.
Famous author in Honduras.
What was her name?
Isabel Guede Rodriguez.
Oh, yeah. Rodriguez too, you said.
Rodriguez, right? Yeah.
Right, that's
and
cool.
In 1747, I think I told you guys that my great-great-great-grandfather founded Winope, Honduras. Esteban Rodriguez is his name.
Esteban Rodriguez is his name.
Yes,
Esteban Rodriguez. Yeah. We looked it up and verified, by the way. You can chat GPT if you want to. Okay, so any of those ways of them being Latino and just doing what they do because this is who they are impact you even more going forward, or did you never thought about it until like you were an adult and certain things started connecting, like learning about the exchange for money for food and work and things like that?
Yeah, I'd say being strong-willed. I witnessed a lot of that in my family growing up, and I think I have a lot of that.
Can you tell me a little bit of those examples? Is there a particular one that stands to mind that you kind of sort of saw it that helped you out or realized that was a thing?
Yeah, I think just not giving up in hard times.
Right.
Like, I saw my family go through hard times, and the faith that my grandmother has had in God and the Lord, and it's meant like everything to me, because in really hard times I can call on her for prayer.
Right.
And she's, even recently, we're going through some family things, and
Absolutely.
She continues to stay strong in her faith and call on God to answer prayers, and
Right.
it's beautiful. And I've learned a lot of my faith from her, a lot of my upbringing. I would go to church, but I didn't have a relationship with the Lord until later on in my life. And I'm sure we'll touch on that here in a little bit. But, the faith that she has is very, very strong, and it's something that I'll hold on to forever.
Awesome. So definitely, by the way, I hope everything turns out for the best for y'all and your family.
Yeah.
So those early memories of her faith kind of sort of let you to know where you can go whenever you need it, and you were in need of strength, right?
Strength, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so going through high school, so very active in sports, dancing too as well, right?
Yes.
So nothing out of the ordinary as far as you growing up that stood up as far as like things that you kind of sort of remember growing up for your life that impact you of what you do now, or nothing comes to mind? Whether it be for the writing part, the entrepreneur part.
I always like to create. When I was growing up, I was in a gifted and talented program, and I created.
I don't doubt it.
Well, one of my programs that I had to create a project, and I had to come up with something to create. And my grandfather on my dad's side, he helped me build a rabbit cage. Pretty cool. It was from, we literally went to Home Depot and built it out of wood and plexiglass, and it was like a two-story rabbit cage. It had a little ramp for them to run up, and but I got best in show, and I just loved like that whole process of creating and seeing it come to life. And like, we created the product, but he also helped me document the product. So we had a whole binder, I still have it, a binder like this big, full of all the documentation, pictures of building this whole rabbit cage.
Wow.
So I did that with my grandparents, and then my mom's grandparents. I used to write a lot over at their house, and I wrote my first book. I think it's called The Saving Angel.
Wow.
And my grandmother has a copy of it to this day. We had a bunch back in the day.
Yeah. You actually got it printed and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah, both grandparents played a role at that. So I wrote over at my mom's side, and then went to my dad's side, and they printed it for me. My grandfather had a big printer, and so.
Did you put it like in a binder or things like that, or was it like a full-scale operation as far as printing?
No, it doesn't have like a binding or anything, but it was nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Why was it important for your grandfather to document those things? Where do you think he picked it up from, or why did he wanted to do that when you were building that?
That's a good question. He did a lot with maps, and he was very detail oriented, and he was a very creative person. He used to create logos for businesses, and I'm not speaking enough on the things that he's done, but I think just he learned, because he's such a creative person, that documentation is so important for the things that he has accomplished and done.
Give him more credit. If you know more, please talk about Grandpa. What else did he do? How great is he?
Yeah.
It's still here, right? Correct? No,
my papa, he's passed away.
I'm very sorry for your loss, but it's in regards to the things
you.
that he left and he was doing. How great was he?
Amazing. My mama and papa are both passed away now, but just also great pillars of faith in my life, and just strength, and they loved me, and I loved them so much, and I miss them a lot. I tell my mom a lot that I tell my mom and dad that I miss them. And my grandfather, he's a veteran, and my grandmother survived breast cancer, and so they're both really strong. And I have a few journals that I'm going to be, I know we haven't talked about that yet, but I have some journals that are going to be dedicated to them for the things that they've done in their lives. So it's just
Awesome.
amazing people.
Can't wait to see the whole thing come alive and the dedication part. We'll talk back. Things clicking on me as far as the way you are now, how you create things. It kind of sort of ties to your grandpa. It's crazy. It's neat, though, to see. Okay, so everything for you is nothing in particular stands out. You're going through school, graduate, I'm pretty sure with honors or something along that. If not, they should have gave you honors. But then you go to college and you graduate 2014, right?
Correct.
Bachelor's in
Communication. That was my major, and then I double minored in business and energy management.
Okay, so everything going fine, nothing out of the ordinary doing at that time. Still, everything's normal. Have you thought about what you're gonna do after you graduate from college? Is there a mind? Do you have a path of where you're supposed to be going to after you graduate?
I was fortunate to. My junior year, I went into an internship at a company that I work for today, and it's in the energy field. And I got to intern as a junior, then as a senior, and then I got hired on full time after. So I'm very passionate about energy. I got my energy minor at TCU, and then got an energy management certification a couple years later, and then just got my energy MBA a few years ago. So I've done quite a bit with energy education. And so, my dad and my grandfather were in oil and gas and energy, and so kind of following in their footsteps. And my brother has also been involved in the industry as well. So kind of a family thing.
Yeah, is that kind of sort of why you wanted to go in that way, or why did you become passionate about energy in itself?
I was passionate about it when I started interning at the company that I work for today. I didn't know that I was going to love it as much as I did, but I like to say I caught the energy bug. Caught it early. Yeah, I caught it early on, and I love it. Like, I'm very passionate about energy and, the just helping fuel the world,
What is it about it that you grew a love like fairly quickly as far as like fuel itself? Maybe people like your regular person, I think about pumping gas and that's it, or maybe gas in my stove, but nothing else outside of that. My electricity maybe, but that's it. There's really not a lot of thought to it. I just know it happens.
When it's amazing because we're pulling something from the ground that is helping you in every area of your life. And I don't think people realize that, everything that we do comes from energy. And I think a lot of people do, but it's just fascinating. And
we definitely take it for granted because we don't give it two thoughts again. Just nobody sits at the pump and like, oh my goodness. Not only did they dig the petroleum from freaking fossils for millions of years ago, and then now they have to process it in a plant, and now we got to make it fuel. So literally the things that come from the ground doesn't go into your car. It has to go through the entire process. Nobody sits there. Maybe you, but I don't think nobody else takes the time to think about that stuff. But it's pretty neat though, because it's true, right?
It's true.
We don't go a day without having and needing all those things.
Yeah.
So that itself sparked your love for it to want to get an MBA in it.
Yes.
Well, I challenge you. Well, backtrack a little bit. Before you went to your MBA, you had something that happened to you. We're not going to go too much into detail. Is whenever you're ready. But as far as you had something, you had to go to the hospital relating to a mental. I don't know if it's mental illness or how you want to call it, but something had to be addressed, right? Yeah. Everything was going fine. All of a sudden, now you find yourself in a predicament. And how does that happen?
Yeah, I grew up. I had a great childhood. College was great. I've met a lot of my lifelong friends in college. And it was a couple months after I graduated from TCU.
Shout out to TCU, by the way. I know great people over at TCU. So
Yes,
shout out to
TCU.
Yeah.
Great school. Love that school.
I have some guests here from TCU
Oh,
too.
great.
So, yeah.
Awesome. That's
some
awesome.
alums, yeah. Or
Okay.
actually current students too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So I graduated 2 months later. I went through about a 2-week period where I wasn't sleeping, and my mind just snapped. And it was very dark, and it was scary. And luckily, my best friend and roommate was able to help me and take me to my grandparents. And she had it orchestrated to where my mom and my brother were there at the same time. And so when I get there, you know, they were trying to figure out what I was talking about, because I was talking about religion like a lot.
What did it look physically, as far as like you were just bedridden? Are you able to move? Were you like conscious but just not really making any sense?
That it wasn't even that. It was just like hyper doing things.
Okay.
If that's the best way that I can explain
That's
it.
fine.
You know, just very hyper focused. And then I think the dark part was at nighttime when I was not sleeping, and I was, you know, just in silence, and I was isolating. And
So were you not getting any sleep whatsoever, or here and
barely,
there?
maybe like an hour or two.
Like an hour in
or
and out
two.
of conscious, but you were just right back away because your mind was so active.
It was so active.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that day, my mind just kind of snapped, and you know, I remember everything in my mind that was happening that was dark. It turned to light, and I just started thinking about God and everything that my parents and grandparents growing up had instilled in me, and my faith walk just kind of like flooded to my mind. And I just started thinking about, you know, everything that I needed to do and accomplish on this earth, and it was like happening so fast in my mind. And you know, thinking I needed to talk to people about Jesus. And so back to being at my grandparents, and we didn't know what to do. Went to the hospital, and from there they said I needed psychiatric attention.
Okay.
And
before we get to that part, when
Yeah.
you talk about snapping, like your mind, for anybody that's listening, they might go through something like this and they don't understand what it means. What does it mean? What does it feel like to kind of sort of identify that they might be going through something similar?
It was like the lights were off, and then it just like the lights came on, and then I was just like everything was about God. Yeah, it was very strong. It was very strong. And I like to talk about this part because it's important that I say that this episode actually led me back to my faith.
Okay.
And I'm getting chills as I say it, but it's important because if I had to go through it all again to lead me to my salvation, like, I would do it. Even though a lot of it was painful, it's important to me that I have my salvation. And yeah, so there's beauty in the pain, and yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So once the doctor sees you, they recommend to do this, and now, you know, you're getting treatment for it. Even after that challenging part of yourself, of course, I know I'm kind of fast forwarding like it was easy, but it wasn't, right? I'm pretty sure it was very challenging. Your faith kept you strong, but at the same time, they diagnosed you, they gave you medication for it. Was there anything else that they recommended for you to do to help you out? Or was that, okay, this is the diagnosis, this is what you can take, and good luck?
Seeing a therapist regularly. My grandparents helped me with that. They wanted to make sure that I was doing that, you know, on a weekly, as needed, but mostly weekly basis at first, just to make sure that I was okay. You know, a lot of what I worked on was cognitive behavioral therapy and journaling.
One more time. What's the name?
Cognitive behavioral therapy. So it's CBT.
Okay. All right. So fortunately for you, your grandparents were able to step in to have a counselor. I see a counselor too because I'm a veteran too, so I don't come out of pocket. For people that, let's say, are not doing great as far as financially, maybe they don't even know where to go, but they know they need somebody to talk to. I know you might have some resources for people that might be able to tap into. Do you know?
Yes. So I'm actually creating right now. I have a nonprofit. It's called The Bright Dose, and this is a nonprofit for people that can't afford mental health medication. And we're working, my team and I, my Bright Mentality team, we're working on creating, and this is brand new information.
Awesome. Exclusive.
But yeah, I won't drop the name or anything, but a foundation that is going to help with therapy and coaching and journals and all resources for people that can't afford to have that. And I know firsthand what it's like to, pay that hefty price to get the help that you need. And for some, it's not fair that they can't have that. And so I'm doing the best that I can, and my team and I are trying to work on different avenues to get people the help that they can through resources and funds and donations. So.
But as far as currently, do you know if there's any help from the government or anything like that that people might be able to look into to get something, some guidance to where to go until yours is fully going?
I know BetterHelp. I think BetterHelp is a really good resource for people. And
is that the app?
There's a website
okay,
for it.
Website
yes.
For it?
Yeah, there's a website. So
cool. Awesome.
That's what I know of right now.
Okay. So. All right. So now you diagnosed your senior counselor. When do you decide to do the Bright Mentality? First, about the name itself, can you kind of sort of tell me why you went with that? Because it's a great name, by the way. And out of that Bright brand, there's all kinds of other branches that started happening, which is great. So it all kind of made sense and worked out, right? Yeah. But why? You're working, you're doing great. You're still having to see a therapist and medication. But is there anything else that you see that makes you want to say, this is needed, we need to have this? And can you explain to us what it was?
Okay, so I remember I was in my apartment and I was watching an episode of Grey's Anatomy, and there was an episode on the show where one of the great doctors on the show has a mental breakdown. And I saw the coworkers that he works with, they rallied around him. And when I say that the coworkers that I've been blessed to be around did the same for me, I can't even explain like how much they've been there for me through the hard times that I've had with my mental health. Just so caring and compassionate, and just the best work family. And when I saw that on a show, it hit home. And I remember I stood up that day. And I was watching TV, I stood up and I was like, I've got to do something. Like, I've got to take a stand. I've got to do something because this is happening to people. And yes, it was a TV show, but that's reality. I mean, that is happening.
Right.
And it's happening to people that are in high performing places. And the thing is there is a stigma, and it needs to be gone, because you can accomplish your goals and your dreams despite having a mental health diagnosis. And that is the goal with the Bright Mentality advocacy, is to really let people know that they can get through these hard times, and that just because they have a diagnosis, it doesn't define them.
Do you think it's a stigma because people don't want to be labeled that they have this, that the doctors say they have? Is that kind of sort of it? Or is there more of like judgment or things like that kind of sort of is a stigma instead of like getting the help that you need?
I think it's all of it. I think people feel weak if they need to ask for help. And then I think when people hear that you've got this diagnosis, sometimes people will be like, oh. Not always. That doesn't always happen.
But you felt it to where you told somebody, you were opened up to somebody you saw it.
I hid for a long time. I hid from my diagnosis for a long time.
Why did you want to hide from it? Was it the same things that I just talked about, or was it something else for you?
I hid because I felt that if I was going to excel in life, I couldn't have that over me, and that people were going to look down on me. And the direction that I was wanting to go in my life and like climb the ladder really fast, you know, I was like, I can't do that with this. And it wasn't that anyone told me that. It wasn't that anyone acted that way towards me. It was an inner feeling that I had from just hearing people talk about this person has that, and then the reaction that they have
Right.
to hearing that it was watching the way people reacted. And I think if people realize that, like, if you can give someone a chance, despite if you hear that they have a diagnosis, it opens up the whole world to them, because having something like that over you, it's not your fault. You know, it's
Right.
not anyone's fault.
Right.
And I just, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so that idea comes to you that you have to do something about it. Is the name immediately is the thing that pops up, the bright mentality, or you just wanted to do something, or was it the journal that you wanted? The journal.
It was a journal. I knew that that's what I was going to do. It was like a download, like how I needed to put this journal together. Had a lot of help along the way, a good coach, and, you know, I will say that the name came to me probably, I'd say, 3 to 4 weeks after the journal did. I didn't have a name, and I was thinking on, Kobe Bryant, Mamba mentality.
Mamba mentality. Yeah.
And I loved that, and I was like, that's amazing. And then I was like, what could someone that's going through a hard time, what could they need? And it's like, they need something bright.
Yeah.
And it formed from there. So shout out to Kobe.
Oh, that's awesome. So the bright mentality was born at that time, and like literally you said, everything pretty much was given to you. It's the way that it needed to be structured, and the way it needed to be, and the way you needed to put it out there.
And these journal prompts that are in the journal, they are prompts that helped me along my recovery. And, I didn't have them. I mean, obviously this is its own version. But I think that having it all in one place rather than just different, like on an app or something like that.
That's what I was going to ask you, because let's say, for example, again, they gave you counseling, medicine, and diagnosed, but on your way, but then they give you tools that you have to get this app, you have to do this, they recommend journaling, they do all that, and there's a bunch of things that are like all over the place that you can do, but you had the bright idea to be able to put it all in one, like you said on the podcast, one-stop shop for the things that you need to be able to have all you need to help you with your recovery, or just help improve as a human being in general, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. I was thinking about earlier when you were saying about your grandfather, how he documented, and then now you created this, how it wasn't the rabbit house, but it was like the equivalent of how you were putting it together and how that influenced.
I love this connection. I honestly, it blew my mind when you made that connection, because, yeah, that's very cool. And I know he's watching right now, hopefully.
Super proud.
So cool.
Break down the journey real quick for anybody that's looking. First of all, before we start diving into it, you have quite a bit of accomplishments. Over 900 copies sold. There's a couple other things. Can you tell me about the accolades of the journal so far, and then go into what it entails?
Yes. So it's a 90-day guided journal. And when I first created the journal, I wanted to have it, the proceeds, 10% proceeds, give back to a foundation. So I started the first few years that I had the journal, 10% of the proceeds went to the Hayden Hurst Foundation.
And what year did it get started?
The idea started in 2020, and the journal came out in 2021.
2021.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Hayden Hurst Foundation, Hayden Hurst is a professional football player, and he struggled with anxiety and depression and wanted to create a foundation, mental health foundation. And so, reached out to them, and they actually bought a lot of journals, and they've been putting them around schools around the U.S. And
Amazing.
So they're a great foundation. And I've been fortunate enough to be on a few podcasts and, start my own now. And so just trying to get the name out there as much as possible and really help as many people as possible. I created it to help. And but yeah, it's a 90-day guided journal that walks you through your day from the moment you wake up to the time that you go to sleep at night. So everything from gratitude to your daily movement, your nutrition, your sleep schedule, goal for the day, and there's even a spot in there for medication. If you take medication, some people don't, but some people do. So I wanted to put that one in the Bright Mentality Journal, and your mood check. And can I talk about my favorite part?
Yeah, of course. Please do.
Okay, so my favorite part of the journal is the goals and dreams section.
The goals and dreams.
Goals and dreams. So it's every 30 days. If you flip it to...
By the way, it's a how-to. I don't know if you can kind of sort of see it a little bit, maybe, but the how-to is right there. How to actually do it. So she's explaining a little bit to it, but the Bright Mentality kind of sort of gives you the date, and then it checks starts like she said, the med check, if you had or not, or if you don't take, mood check, gratitude. Is it okay if
Go? Please do. Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. I'm gonna bring it up a little closer. This way. Oh, there it is. My bad. I'm over here looking at the wrong camera. So there you go. So once again, I'm gonna go break it down real quick. Again, the med check, if you take or not, mood check, gratitude, motivational moment, on the move. Motivational moment. What does that mean to you? I mean, gratitude is obvious, but I don't think people really take the time to know the importance of being grateful just in general of today and how it affects your mood.
I think that gratitude can highly elevate your mood because it puts you in a spot of just being grateful and happy, and even if something's going wrong, you can sense that, oh, well, this went right, so things aren't so bad. I think it's important. And, I even sometimes go as far as I do this in the morning, and then at night I have a gratitude journal next to my bed, and I write it. Because things happen
of course, throughout
the day that I'm like, oh, I'm grateful for this. Like I had a great day at work, I did this well in business, and just that kind of thing. So
absolutely. So let's go over just a little bit on all of them, just to make sure we cover all so they can better understand it. So again, you start off with the date. Your future is bright, amazing to start off. Med check, morning, noon, evening, and that's just to make sure that you took your medication today if you're on medication. Correct.
And some people take it different times, so that's why there's different spots on there if you take it in the morning, in the afternoon, or at nighttime.
Or you can even do something natural, your tea or your whatever cacao you're into. You can probably do that down too. So I can see that working. Mood check. Why would you want to check your mood and the time of the day that it is? And after that, you just want to write a description about it? Yes.
So how you're feeling. There's a feeling wheel also in there, a few pages, and you can pick the word how you're feeling and then describe in detail like why you're feeling this way.
Awesome. Of course, we explain gratitude. 3 meaningful things where you're grateful. Just opening your eyes today. Having a lovely lady here on the podcast. Having amazing videographer, director here. I'm already winning. So motivational moments. Why is that a thing that was added in there?
Motivation. So motivation and discipline are 2 different things. What are you motivated for the day? What are you striving for? What are you going after in the day? There's not a spot on this one in this version for discipline yet, but
Do I sense an enhanced version?
there may be one in the future.
Cool.
But yeah, what are you going after for the day?
So that helps you in your mind have something to strive for instead of
for.
just going your day with like blah blah blah.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
On the move, levels 1 through 8. That's how do I plan to move by my body today? Move. So on the move means workout.
Yes.
To you. So I like the way that you just didn't say exercise, because kind of frowned upon sometimes whenever in yourself, right? You kind of psych yourself out. Just think, oh, I got to work out. But no, you just got to be on the move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's important for mental health to have some kind of movement throughout the day, whether it be a walk. Some people can only walk to the mailbox, but as long as they're moving and getting some steps in, I think, like, for me personally, I think it's important that I like lift weights, and it's really good for my mental health for that kind of thing. So
I heard a podcast. The gentleman was asking which one was more important, mental. It was something like mental health or working out, and the gentleman said working out because it fortifies your mental, having to go through a little bit of pain.
I can tell a big difference on my energy level and mental health if I'm not working out. So I try to work out like 3 to 4 times a week, and daily if I can.
Priority list: most important things I need to accomplish today. Awesome. Yeah. Fuel for body. That's what you're gonna intake. Your food.
Yeah.
Very important too. Hydration. You got something that breaks it down to how many ounces you had, whether it be 8 ounces or more. Goal getter. So this is your favorite one, you said, or not?
I do love this one because it's the goal for the day. But I'll go into my favorite after you're done with this list.
Inspirational moment.
Yes. What has inspired you for the day? So I try to come back to this after I get home from work, and what inspired me today. Was it a podcast that I watched? Was it something that someone said to me? What inspired me? Was it seeing someone help someone on the side of the road? Like what was inspirational?
Meaningful moment. That's the meditating or something meaningful.
Yep. Mindful. Yep.
Mindful.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mindful.
Yeah.
Not meaningful. Mindful. Sorry.
No, you're
I
good.
made up words on your
you're good.
your journey. Self-improvement. That's another one that you tapped into. You thought it was important because you kind of sort of got to check to see where you're at, right? To see how you're moving forward, how you're progressing. Yeah.
And if there's anything that you've done that day that you're like, oh, I need to change that tomorrow, then that's the spot to put that in.
Yeah. And my favorite, not really, snooze schedule. Hours you sleep, because part of the things that led you to what happened to you was not sleeping, right?
Absolutely.
So highly important.
Yeah.
Anything else within sleep that people need to be aware of whenever they look at the journal?
No, I just think that, sleep is just so critical for someone's mental health. And I've been watching a lot of podcasts on high performance individuals, and they talk about how sleep is, aside from nutrition, like sleep is like critical for your health.
Yeah.
Just everything that you do, like you need to have, like 7 to 8 hours for like a good amount of sleep. So.
Yeah. And again, what was your favorite once again?
So every 30 days in the journal, there's a spot for goals and dreams. And
this is the wheel.
Yep, the feeling wheel.
Feeling wheel, real quickly.
A spot for goals and dreams. So I...
This one?
Keep going. Keep flipping. There you go.
Goals and dreams.
Goals and dreams. So
her favorite one.
You're going to write your weekly goals, your monthly goals, and then the top 5 dreams that you will accomplish for the year.
Will accomplish.
That's right. You got to dream big and go after the things that you want in life. And I really like to help people with their goals and their dreams, because it's so fun for me to see when people accomplish something.
Mm-hmm.
Like we get so excited, like we're I just had a talk the other day at a university, and was teaching a class on entrepreneurial leadership. Yep. And some people don't agree with this, but I think you should celebrate your wins. Like, if you do something big, celebrate it, because it gives you momentum. It gives you fuel to get to the next thing that you want to do. And
why is it frowned upon for some people not to celebrate your wins?
Some people say, so I've been watching, I watch a lot of podcasts, and some people say, you know, just keep moving on. Like, you do something good, great, pat on the back, move on. But I like to celebrate.
Again, to each their own, because there's so many of us, right?
Yeah,
and then
everyone's different.
They might exactly.
Yeah.
So it works for them, but for you, if you feel like it's a big deal, because for example, once again, I am the ambassador of the year for the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce 2025.
Yes, he is. I
feel amazing to telling everybody, you know, and not to boast, but like it was pretty cool that first of all, I don't get no money from it. It entails volunteering, and because those people motivate me so much and inspire me as how much passion they have to help entrepreneurs, that even without wanting to, I was heavily involved because of how passionate they are, that I ended up being the ambassador of the year without even wanting to. You know what I mean? Yeah. It wasn't a goal that I set to get. It just happened because I was so inspired by them guys.
I'm so proud of you for that, by the way.
Thank you.
So cool.
So I went to tell everybody, not to get too everybody and your mama, that I got to talk to me immediately, because it was pretty cool. And again, I get no money of it, and that's whatever. None. It doesn't matter. It
okay, so how did you celebrate? Did you get a cake? Like, what did you do?
I had a bula.
A bula, yeah. There you go.
I had a bula.
I have a lot of celebrations with bulas.
and it was just more of like, it's pretty neat to be able to feel that way. And people are so proud of you. And a few of them gave me great words of encouragement in general. Again, all of us need to hear it, even the ones that say they don't. I mean, it feels pretty good to be able to hear those words that you're doing good, you're in a good trajectory in general, and then you're helping the community, your fellow humans, to be better off. Yeah. So I was happy for it.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm gonna stop saying it now, but I'm just saying.
One more time.
I'm
for the camera.
I'm the ambassador of the year 2025 at Hispanic. By the way, top 5 largest in Texas, 5 or 6, but they're up there as far as numbers of people that are part of them. So it's pretty cool. And again,
very awesome.
Literally volunteer work out of the kindness of my heart to go help them out. Because I just get so inspired by those guys and the work they do for entrepreneurs, and especially Hispanic Latinos, to give them great resources, great tools, and everything to make sure that they're successful.
Well, I'm just so glad they've recognized you as this, because all that you do for the community and giving back and just being who you are, like, I think it's a great accomplishment. Yeah. So, and well deserved.
Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate it so much. Okay, so back to you. Enough of me. Back to you. But okay, so now that you made everything happen, how did it feel? First of all, before we touch on that, you actually went to a counselor, certified counselor, and some other people to kind of evaluate and make some changes before you actually got it published, right?
Yeah, a friend and a life coach helped me, gave me a lot of resources for helping to build this journal, and a licensed professional counselor actually reviewed and edited it, and it's been vetted by a bunch of mental health professionals. So it is, it has been vetted, and
What does it mean to be vetted?
Vetted. So it's basically just been reviewed
Stamp
enough.
of approval, kind
That's
of?
right. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
By medical professionals.
Professional counselors. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So there you go. If you are looking for something that, in my mind, I was thinking, like, is it just for people that are going through some stuff, or can anybody just grab it and they want to be a little bit more disciplined, kind of sort of want to have like a document that they actually are doing something because they want to have something? Is that for everybody?
It's a tool for anyone looking to have a brighter life and to accomplish their goals and their dreams, and to make mental wellness a habit. And it's, it's for a working professional, it's for a kid, it's for a teenager, a young adult, it's for the elderly, it's for everyone. Yeah,
because a lot of us go in autopilot, just numb to everything, and just move it, and we don't get any reminder like, hey bro, Have you checked on you? How you doing? Hey, sis, have you checked on you? How you doing today? Have you taken the time to do that? You know,
to reflect and to acknowledge how you're feeling. And I mean, and when I say it's for everyone, it's like, who doesn't want to accomplish a goal or a dream?
Yeah.
You know, I know you can do that on a piece of paper, but it's good for documentation purposes, right? To go back to what my grandfather helped me with my rabbit cage, right? Like, documentation is important. And I actually save all my journals, and I go through them sometimes, and I'm like, wow, last year, look what I've had them for 4 years now, and I like, look what I did here, look this day, and look where I am now. And documentation is so important.
Is there, for somebody there's like, I always think of people that are not, this is great for people, even successful people, maybe people that want to be more successful in general, but some people that are not so well off financially. Is there like a discount code or something that they can grab it or something? Yeah,
there's a 10% discount code on my website, and you just have to subscribe to the website, and you get 10% off.
There you go.
Yeah,
go grab it. I'm gonna grab myself one. I'm gonna see how much I can keep it up and how many I can accomplish. But it's neat, awesome. And then off of this one, is that where the next one came about? The Bright Faith Journal.
The Bright Faith, yes. Really excited about the Bright Faith Journal. Had the idea shortly after I created the Bright Mentality Journal. I wanted to create a journal at first for everyone, and then because my faith is so important to me, wanted to have one for faith, and also because faith ties into the mental health aspect that I've gone through and the hardships that I've gone through. Really wanted there to be a faith one. So there's power prayers at the beginning of this one. It's got everything from spiritual fitness, so I really like it. It's got putting on the armor of God, and talking to the Father, and being obedient, and like favorite worship songs, favorite Bible verses, and so it's a good one. And I know it's changed my walk with the Lord. Like, when I journal this in the morning, a lot of times will do the faith one over the Bright Mentality, but I'll do both of them different days. But the feedback that I've had from the people that use the Bright Faith is that it's life-changing.
So is it preferably to do the 90 days continuously, or if you skip a day, come back and just pick it up?
Yeah, you can always skip a day and then come back. Okay. Yeah, because there's some days that I'm out the door, like I'm running out the door and I don't have time to do it. But I like, if I have it my way, like I wake up at 5 a.m. and make sure that I do my journaling and personal development and all that. And that this is a part of my personal development.
Sometimes you alternate this one to this one?
Yes.
And then for that one, was that one reviewed by anybody that actually looked at it as well, kind of like this one? Or
a pastor actually endorsed the journal. Pastor Colin Connor. He's the pastor of Grace Methodist, Evangelical Methodist Church in Haltom City. And he's been a great pastor, and he endorsed it. And also this journal has been published. I got this one was self-published. The Bright Mentality Journal was self-published, and then the Bright Faith Journal has been published by Cypress and Pine Publishing. And so Arlene Connolly has been a great publisher, and her team, Megan, her daughter, just great people, and spirit-filled family. And so that's been edited a lot.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So right now we just have these two that you have, right?
Yes.
But in your mind, you have others that you want to eventually come to fruition. Do you want to tap a little bit into those, or just wait?
We can. Working on a veteran journal, and fitness journal, and finance journal. And
a kids, you said one too, right? Because I know this one can be, but it may be a little bit for younger ages.
Yeah. There's a kid that I coach, and he's great. Really proud of him, and he's going to actually help me with the kids version, which is going to be awesome. And he has both of the journals, and uses them, and so he's going to help me with the kids version.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing. So again, the website is where they can pick it up only. Is there any other places? Amazon, people put in different places.
It's going to be on Amazon soon. Right now, it's only on my website. And
one more time, the website?
thebrightmentality.com.
We're going to put it in the description, by the way. And the website, 10% discount. Just saying. Okay, so now that you did this, has there any other doors open for you as far as speaking engagement? Because eventually you want to transition. So the right mentality is great. You developed it. It's going. You're working on it. You're hiring people. You have your team. But now in your mind, you want to expand to something different. Have it run by itself and then go into another space for yourself, correct?
Correct. Yeah, I want to have, I'm working on my own personal brand, and it's going to be where I'm going to have my speaking engagements and, corporate wellness speaking engagements and coaching. So it's for high performance individuals, and yeah, so really trying to get the bright mentality where it needs to be, and everything bright. I have a lot of different bright businesses that I'm trying to get going with my team, and but once I get that fully launched, I want to speak on wellness and energy and energy advocacy and wellness in general, and yeah, I'm really excited.
So, but this one did open up some doors for people to have you speak to
yes,
students, to different people, right?
I've done quite a bit of speaking over the past year and a half, and probably my two favorite speaking engagements was at church,
Nice.
At Grace Church, that I spoke about, the pastor that endorsed this.
Nice.
I got to speak to the women at that church, and then also speaking at TCU, actually yesterday. So I got to speak at TCU and talk to kids in entrepreneurial leadership, and that was probably my favorite talk. Like, honestly, seeing how excited the students were and all the questions that they had on entrepreneurship, it fired me up, and it just made me so excited for not only like the direction for me, but like for them. Like, I told him, I believe in you guys, and like, go after what you want to, and go after your goals and your dreams, because the younger generation needs to hear that, and they need to know that they can do big things and change the world.
Yeah. So was it one of your favorite ones so far as speaking, because all of them were very attentive and they were taking notes, or because
that was
of
pretty
how much
cool? Yeah,
open?
that was pretty cool. And just the way that they received the information, I was open about my story with them, and didn't sense any judgment, and it was, and I want to say I have not received judgment from people from opening up. I appreciate that. It's been this journey opening up about mental health and my journey itself. People have been great, and
how would you think you will receive any judgment or shame from people that, for whatever reason, don't see it the same way you do and want to opinionate on your life, being one puny human and 8 billion people? How would you think you react?
I think it would hurt, but I have to have enough confidence that I know who I am, right, and I know that it's just a diagnosis, and it doesn't define me, as I talk about all the time. But, I think for people that don't understand it, they get scared and they start judging. And when you don't know something, it's hard to have empathy for that topic. And, I talked to at TCU yesterday. I told him, I said, they actually asked about empathy. And I said, when I was at TCU undergrad, I didn't have empathy for people that had anxiety, depression. Like, I didn't understand it, and I didn't have empathy. But since I've walked in it now, I understand, and it's given me the empathy to help people go from crisis to confidence.
What is the best way to help people that they open up to you, to they entrust you to open up to you to tell you this? What can somebody do that doesn't go through to first have empathy, but what else can one do to help them out besides let them know about this journal?
Empathy and encouragement. I think encouragement goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if someone's struggling, help them out, like, let's be a generation where we're going after kindness,
Right.
and really truly help out people if they're struggling, and not look down on them, and not misjudge them. And I mentioned it earlier in the show, but if you can open up and give someone a chance despite them having a mental illness, try, because it's changed my life to be given second chances for that.
Mm-hmm.
And to the people that know who you are, like, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like, thank you for those second chances, and truly being there for me when I've been at low points in my life.
Yeah. And again, thank you so much for opening up. I didn't want to get too personal to whatever diagnosis or whatever it is,
Yeah.
for the same reason that I just think, irrelevant to that, it helped you get this out and create this, that other people can have a tool for them to use and be of help to them to walk them and get them out of that darkness that they are at this moment in time.
Yes.
And I love that part. I'm super particular with words. Especially in the English language, because we have certain words that makes you more, how would I say it? I know you said the word, I didn't say it, I think, but more submissive to, just in general, not just God itself, right? But I'm particular. So when it comes to like having to say about this is not defining me, this is not who I am, it's great to hear, because other people kind of sort of take that label on and put it on their shoulders and walk with it, instead of like, okay, so it was somebody's opinion, I get it, but still, you have other ways out. And then of course we have everybody and their mama talking about mental illness. It's not like it's just you in general. There's a lot of people, but more people just talking about it instead of sharing their story, willing to put themselves their not only their story out there, but let alone do something about it. Everybody's just in social media typing about, you don't understand it, you don't this and that, but what are you doing about it? Or what other things are there for you to do to help out, instead of just complaining or commenting,
Absolutely. And I wish I could say it's always been easy for me to be open and talk about it, but I have fought so many times not wanting to work on this stuff as part of my purpose. Like, at first I was like all in, and then it came time to that I wanted to put it away, and I was being obedient and keeping it going, and so glad that I did, and it is a part of my purpose, and I just feel so happy and alive working on it and helping others and lifting others up and letting them know that the world is theirs too. And it's important that you know that if you have a mental illness or you've been diagnosed with a mental health disorder, like, change the world. And a lot of people that have mental illnesses have changed the world. And so just don't give up and keep fighting for who you are and what you want out of life. And I really mean this. Like, I believe in you, and like, do not give up. Just keep going.
How do you push through? I know you said being disciplined. How else do you push through when you kind of sort of want to put it away, but it just can't? You just can't go back away. It has to go out and be a part of the world. How do you push through?
And are you referring to?
In general, just doing like everything regarding bright mentality.
Seeing lives changed.
Mm-hmm.
I have an example. My mom gave a journal to one of her friends that their daughter was going through a really hard time.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave him a journal to give to the daughter. And, my mom came home and told me, so-and-so opened the door and his daughter was working on the journal, and made him so happy, and stuff like that. Like, that makes my heart so happy, because all the years of in time and dedication that I put into to see someone use it to help them. I mean, that's what I did it for. I said, when I created my first journal, I said, if this helps one person, then all the pain will be worth it. And I think it's helping people.
Awesome.
And so
Awesome. Super proud of you.
thank you.
Awesome. We're on the show on time, but before I let you go, was there anything driving over here that you thought, I hope he asked me about this, or I hope we talk about this? Anything that comes into mind? I know you said something about the future goals, but is there anything else?
Yeah, something that I like in the works.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's in the works? Working on a high performance productivity planner, and really excited about that, because I want that to be used for everyone, and not just mental health, but for entrepreneurs and CEOs and business builders, and I'm excited about that one.
Okay. And I know you had some accomplishment that you had. Of course, you have your MBA, but you also voted the CEO of the year for a particular company or organization, and the board of the Petroleum Club, right?
Yes.
On the board as well.
Yes, at the Petroleum Club of Fort Worth.
So you started as a member, now you're on the board.
Yes,
Neat.
I've been a member of the club for about 12 and a half years, as long as I've been in the oil and gas industry. And the people at the Petroleum Club in Fort Worth are incredible, and like a family there. So
yeah. So you had events there that you serve in the board.
I had my launch party for the Bright Mentality at the Petroleum Club. I got to speak there. It was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then what other accomplishments have you done for yourself, or what else do you want to in the future?
To be continued.
Yeah, there we go. To be continued. Okay, so before we let you go, anything else that you on your drive over here, like, man, I wish you really asked me about it, touch us up on this. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm just so thankful to be on this show. Like, this was just so awesome to open up and talk to you about this, and you've been a friend of mine, and to see you in this element was just incredible. So I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. The pleasure's all mine. What was the one you said? Sorry, I got to get it right. It was good to see you.
It was good for you to see me.
It was great for me to have you here. All your social media, where can people find you at? And any projects you have coming up here soon, whether it be a speaking engagement or an event that you're throwing, anything like that?
No big events right now. Probably a nonprofit event. I'll let y'all know on social media. I'm on Instagram as It's Courtney Jordan, and also the Bright Mentality is The Bright Mentality on Instagram, Facebook, and I'm on LinkedIn as well. So be sure to connect.
Make sure you follow her. Follow her on all the places. I'm gonna put all the social media links, so it'll make it easier for you. I don't know what else to do for you. Any shout outs, saludos for anybody? I know that you have a bunch of people that kind of helped you out along the way and everything else. But anything that stands out to mind, without forgetting nobody, I'm just saying.
Yeah, my family, my close friends. I want to give a special shout out to Mita. Mita was my great grandmother, and she was the one that talked to me about Spanish, and an author as well. So hope I can follow in her footsteps, and that's one of the things that I'm working on is writing. I'm writing some books right now. And then also I want to give a shout out to my coworkers at the job that I've been at for a while, for about 12 years. And all these people have been instrumental in my recovery and walk to healing, and just faith in general. And I wouldn't be here today without all of them. So I'm just so thankful for all of them. And of course, the Lord Jesus, my best friend. And I wouldn't be here without him. So
We didn't touch up on the podcast, but I do want to before I let you go. So you did start a podcast. You have season 2 coming up very soon with
Yes.
a co-host.
yes.
And why did you want to initially launch the podcast? Was there awareness for the book, or did you just wanted to have people come in and talk about what similar things?
I launched the podcast originally for the same reason that I had that aha moment about the Grey's Anatomy. It was to help spread awareness and let people know that, yeah, you may have this illness, but it doesn't define you, and it's not going to prevent you from going after your goals and your dreams. And yeah, that podcast is meant for comeback stories. So a lot of my coaching, I like to call it comeback coaching. So taking people to their ultimate comeback, of, from the bottom to the top. And a place to talk about faith stories and mental health and all that.
All right. So make sure you also follow her on YouTube, because I'm going to put the link as well. So very easy for you. Go to the descriptions of the video. For all my audio listeners, I'll put it in there. But again, just go to YouTube and you'll find it. If you're on listening, you want to see our smiley faces and the pretty lady here. Come on. You know you want to do that. What is an important lesson that you learned creating the journal that you would tell your younger self that will help somebody else out or the business?
I would say, and this is actually a great question because I did not give a shout out to my Bright Mentality team and thanking them for all that they've done. But I would say having the right people around you is so important. People that believe in the vision and help you along the way. It's critical for your success. And, it's like when I found out the award, the CEO of the Year award, I messaged them and I was like, this is to you guys too, because we're a team. So, having the right people around you is so important.
That's why she won CEO of the Year. That's what I'm saying. You can't be a one-man show, one-woman show. You know what I mean? You have to be able to delegate. Like some of the more genius people, the genius thing they did is to bring the right people in on board to be able to be successful. Do you think Elon Musk and all them, Gates and all them know how to do every single freaking thing that there is to know about a laptop or a Tesla? No.
Takes a team.
But they bring the people in to be able to make it happen. And that's why our small vision doesn't let us see that part, that they just get to choose the right people to bring them on board to be successful.
That's right.
Yeah. So usually throughout my day, sometime throughout my week, I say something along those lines. I'm not immortal. I am mortal, and I will die one day. Not to scare me, terrify me, or anything. It's just we're not here forever. It's a reality of life. With that, and that helps me hurry up and do things. With that, I wish you a very long, prosperous life. After everything's said and done, what do you want people to think and feel about your life?
Just that I've left an impact on those that have walked a hard life.
Yeah.
Walked a hard life with mental health. But not all about mental health, but also faith. Like, because my faith is so important to me, I love talking to people about God and the Lord, and just really uplifting people and giving them the hope that He is the God who He says He is, and He will do what He will do, and His will be done. And
Awesome. Well, again, it's such a pleasure to have you here and to be able to show this to the world and be able to show them that there's a tool out there that is took a lot of time and it's been verified and that it's willing to help you, has the ability to assist you and help you out if you're so willing to open up for that. So thank you so much. I think we just met not that long ago. I don't think 2 months probably or less.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So, immediately, it was great to see you immediately. So after that, it just, we just talk here, small talk here and there, and I learned about what you were doing, learn about reconnecting with your Latina roots of like I'm Latina too,
Yeah.
really. And that's
Yeah.
pretty neat how you told me the story was sitting out right there. I'm like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And they're just looking into all the things that you've gone through, right? From dealing to what you have dealt with to even that not even defining you, to continue to move forward with your certification that you have for energy, to getting your MBA, to having to create the entire journal and working on your business, to the accomplishment is amazing. It's amazing the work that you're doing, and the fact that it is a topic that people need to open up, especially our Latino community, that we don't live in an old world. We live in a modern world. That this modern world does ask for you to be able to check yourself, to be able to know where you're at emotionally. It's not back in the days anymore. We're living in 2025, and we need to align with that if we want to be successful, not only for yourself but your family. And to have those things right here, those tools, is great. So I appreciate it so much. And without a shadow of a doubt, you are a global Latin factor. Thank you so much for being here, Courtney.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been amazing, and I wish you all the best in everything that you do.
Awesome. This was another episode of the Global Latin Factor podcast. Remember to subscribe right now. Once again, open up to the amazing possibility that you can learn from an amazing Latino right here on the podcast. And remember, we are just like you. We are people. We are the spice and flavor in this melting pot that it is the world. Till next time.
Mi gente está consciente que hay que darle para arriba.